twerk my body a certain way and get it up there.
Yeah.
We don't have time today.
Hey, you gonna have time right now.
Yeah, perfect. Dude, he got it. That was excellent.
Commanders family, the wheels are up for another away game, this time in LA to take on the Chargers. Future Hall of Famer Big Fletch pulls up to the show and talks defense for this week's matchup. Then Logan and Tanner jump into the film room to talk all about the Chargers offense. And you know we in Hollywood, so our fellas are putting together the perfect script for success against the Chargers. All that and more right now on the best Commanders show in the world, Command Center.
Also said I'd give you an update on Jaden. He has been medically cleared by the doctors. He'll practice full today.
It would mean the world. I plan on having a lot of people attend the game. So that is the hometown, and be able to play back in my hometown as a pro, it would mean everything.
Welcome into Command Center from the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. I'm your host, Brian Coble Jr. here with Mr. 8 to the 9, Santana Moss, the mouth of the South, Fred Smoot, and the legend, Logan Paulson. Fellas, we heard from Coach. Now, it sounds like Jaden Daniels is trending on playing.
Yeah, all right.
Logan, you are on that sideline. You see what we've gone through these last few weeks. How does that affect this game when we head out to LA?
I mean, I think it's going to be one of the biggest factors. It is the biggest factor that we can change in a week, getting him back, right?
Yeah.
His ability to run the football, throw the football. Again, last week he was talking about how he felt good. It felt like they were being really cautious with him last week. Knee sprain. I've had one of those.
Yeah, it can linger.
Yeah, kind of linger. But I think if he's ready to go, man, he is a dynamic playmaker, has the potential to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. So in terms of things we can change, in terms of making a difference, I can't think of one person to add to this offense to make it that much more dynamic.
It opens up everything for the team. It opens up everything for the offense. But for the fan base, it opens up hope. Because one thing you know, when you got number 5 and he's dressed, when he hit that field, anytime he's on the field, we got a chance to win that game. And the thing about it is, here go the big question. How fast can he acclimate back to the football? Like, people don't understand. When you miss a couple of days, it changes everything.
And this is a great defense that they're going to face. Like, they are well coached, they're well designed. So it's not like he's coming back into like an easy matchup.
Yeah, no doubt.
Tanner, you've played with a few quarterbacks. When you get that quarterback back, when you get that quarterback healthy, especially after a tough loss against Atlanta, man, how does that rejuvenate the locker room?
I think it rejuvenates the guys just to know that we have our guy, we have the leader that we know that we can really go out there and have a chance of winning at any given point. You know, one of the things I watched when I watched the Chargers play the Giants, Dart was in there, and when he saw room, he took off and ran. So just imagine what 5 can do when he has that same opportunity. And just imagine how many things they may change coming into this game just knowing that 5 might be up. We can't play the same way. So I think it just changed the whole complexity of how they're thinking about attacking us and how our guys think about attacking them.
And fellas, if he does come back, what a perfect time, because the month of October, we have a very, very tough schedule. Let's take a look at that right now. As you know, we'll be in LA this weekend taking on the Chargers. Then we're back at the crib taking on the Chicago Bears. That's Monday Night Football, fellas. Then another set of back-to-back road games. We head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Then we got to deal with those Chiefs in Kansas City. But it all starts out in LA. So let's take a look at the Chargers through the first quarter of the season. Now, the 3-1 Chargers are coming off of a Week 4 loss to the New York Giants. Being led by head coach Jim Harbaugh in his second season, the Chargers offense is also led by veteran quarterback Justin Herbert, who enters this matchup ranked just 5th in the league for passing yards per game. And defensively, the Chargers rank 3rd in the league, allowing an average of 270 yards per game. A stout rushing defense for the Chargers, however, they got to go up against a top 2 Commanders rushing attack. That's right, our Commanders are top 2 in the NFL. It's time for Securing the W, presented by Hercules Fence. Security in every job. Fellas, let's preview this matchup against the Chargers. We're going to be out in L.A., and we heard from head coach Dan Quinn. It's looking like Jaden Daniels is trending on playing Logan. He's missed the last 2 games. How can he find some success against the Chargers?
I mean, obviously the Chargers are a really well-coached defense. Like, they play a lot of zone coverage. They do a lot of simulated pressure. So I think the main thing for him is make sure you've been in the book, man. Make sure you've been studying. Make sure you understand what the looks are, the situations where we like to bring these things. Because if you can give yourself a mental edge it's going to help kind of blunt some of that time you missed being away. So in that same breath, Cliff, can you help him out too? Formations, running the football, all those different things. But yeah, I think it's going to really come down to his mental preparation.
I think you just simplify the game plan for these guys can play fast. Like don't add too many more wrinkles in this week, man. Just play with the basics. Don't be basic, but play with the basics and make sure you set 5 up to the point that he can get to the fourth quarter. That's the thing about it. We should lean more on his arm than we do his legs in this game plan. In this game plan, I want it to be hot passes. I want them to push the ball down the field. But let's lean on this running game. We one of the best running teams in the NFL. So guess what? If we can't beat you through the air, we'll beat you on the ground.
Fred is definitely playing in my ear or my head because I was going to say the same thing. I think you have to sustain the ball. I think you want to be able to use both. Make sure both games marry each other. I mean, you want to be able to run the ball efficiently and be able to pass it, and either or, you know what I mean? And you don't necessarily have to put everything on the quarterback's shoulder. That's why we got the playmakers out there with them. You know what I mean? Give the ball to the guys who can move the chains, and the rest should be history.
And Tanner, that's a perfect transition. I'm going to stick with you so Fred don't take your idea. Deebo Samuel spoke to us on Next Man Up, and he said it doesn't matter who the quarterback is. We have a job to do. It's business at the end of the day. When we look at this receiving core, yes, we were banged up. When we see some guys getting able to shine and show up, how do you expect them to play against this Chargers defense?
I think them to go out there and, and do their job. I think one of the things that stood out to me is just you're going to have an opportunity when you have one man down. And regardless of who that guy is, it's your chance. You fought to be here. If you're on this 53-man roster and you put on a uniform each and every game day, it's your chance. Don't go out there thinking that, I'm subbing. No, this is your time to shine. So I was loving the fact to see Luke go out there and shine the way he did. Now I got to see more guys. More guys need to rise to the challenge. But at the same time, talking to Deebo, lean on Deebo. Get that man the damn ball. You know what I mean? I want to see a whole lot of number one, with the ball in his hand.
It was dope to see you and Deebo talk in that tunnel and just see his passion. He had a great game, but he just wanted so much more. And Logan, you wanted more. When we talked on post-game live, you said we need to get off to faster starts. How can we accomplish that in LA?
Yeah, I think this is one that's tough because to me it's like very subjective. It's like soft science,
I
right?
Say,
so I think one of the things you go out there a couple days early, get acclimated to time change. You're handling that well, right? How do you prep in the week, man? Like I know this sounds like cliche and maybe old school, but if you have a good week of practice, a good week of preparation, it helps you be confident. Because when I'm watching the film, it's not that they're physically not playing fast. It's mentally that they're not quite on the same page. So can we get those communications cleared up? Can we make sure we're locked in from starting today and working through the rest of the week? And I think that's going to be really helpful in terms of playing fast.
And Fred, when you look at our run game, we've shown the ability to be able to bust out those big explosive plays. But the Chargers defense haven't only allowed one run over 20 rushing yards. How can we make that number go up against the Chargers and get some of those big plays from our running backs?
First of all, we don't care what they didn't allow. We ain't coming in there asking for permission. We coming in there letting them know that we are running the ball. We the second best best team running the ball in the NFL. And here go the thing about it. We're not a one-man band. Deebo runs the ball. Bill runs the ball. C-Rob runs the ball. The quarterback runs the ball. Like, we can get there so many different ways. And if you can just lean on it, because like Santana said, that's actually defensive. If you can keep Justin Herbert over there on that bench with that run game and have a couple of drives that's 10 plays, 11 plays, 12 plays, it changes the game and it stops their offense from being in rhythm. So that divine swine, that offensive line, it started with them.
And Logan, on the defensive side of the ball, we saw a guy in Omarion Hampton have a game. 5 catches, led the team in rushing as well. I think over 120 rushing yards. Best game so far. How can we slow a guy like that down and not let their run game get going?
He's definitely a horse, man. He's explosive. He's fast. He's got great contact balance. All the things you look for in a running back. But I think they're going to slow themselves down. And what I mean by that is they got 3 starting offensive linemen out. And I'm not saying that's going to be something that is catastrophe for the offense, but when you look around the NFL, offensive line play is the number one driver of offensive success outside of the quarterback, right? So if those guys are not playing, he's going to have a hard time running the football. Like when you watch them against the Giants after Joe Alt gets hurt, it's really murky in terms of running the football. And he's creating on his own. So let's make sure we get Hats to the football because they're going to make it hard for him to see clean running games.
And fellas, it's going to be a rushing battle for sure. But like Fred said, we are number 2 in the NFL for a reason. Let's take a look at how our rushing game stacks up across the NFL. It's time for Top 5, presented by UA Local 5 Plumbers, protecting the health of the nation's capital since 1890. Fellas, the top 5 right here, like Fred said, the Commanders at number 2, just behind the Buffalo Bills. Then we have the Jaguars, Detroit Lions, and the Atlanta Falcons. No Chargers on that list, fellas, and we're looking to keep them off of that list. Now, let's hear more on this run game.
Yeah, they've all been playing at a high level. Bill is exciting, being a young guy. I think the sky's the limit for him as he continues to improve without the football. And then Chris is doing great things when he touches it. You saw J. Mack against the Raiders had the huge run, and he's steady as they come. So I really like the 3-man rotation we have going, and then we'll kind of see who gets hot as the season goes and where injuries take us and play it from there.
It's time to welcome in a future Hall of Famer. This is your Can't Miss Moment presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official partner of the Washington Commanders. And that future Hall of Famer is no other than London Fletcher. My guy, London Fletcher. Let's talk about this defense, one of the best to ever do it. This pass rush, right?
Yeah.
We've lost some guys. Now we hear that Javonte Jean-Baptiste is dealing with the injury. How can we still find a way to get some pressure on Justin Herbert in this offense?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be with a bunch of different guys. We've been when you look at the Chargers, Justin Herbert, he's already been sacked 12 times, and he just he lost his starting left tackle before the season got started, and Rashawn Slater, and they just lost his replacement in Joe Alt. So they were dealing with some banged up offensive line. They've really struggled in protecting Herbert, even when he's not getting sacked. He's been under a lot of pressure, taking a lot of hits. So from a defensive standpoint, I've looked at the Giants and they ran a lot of line games, a lot of stunts, and they were able to get some pressure on Justin Herbert. It seems like the Chargers offensive line really struggles with those line games. They struggle with blitzing secondary players or linebackers. So there will be opportunities to put pressure on Justin Herbert, and we must get pressure on him, because if we don't, he has some playmakers at the skill position.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They might be lacking on the offensive line because of the injuries, but they're not lacking when it comes to playmakers. You talk about Keenan Allen. He can play outside. He can play in. Ladd McConkey, one of the best slots in the game. Quinn Johnson, he coming into his own right now. They got a running back, Amari Humphrey, and he's running that ball right now. So what's the battle for the defensive backs this week? Is you going to think it more zone? Are you thinking more man-to-man? Or do you not want to turn your back to a quarterback of this caliber that can also run and throw?
Well, Smooth, as you know, you don't want to give any quarterback a steady diet of one thing where you're going to say, hey, they're going to give us 80% zone coverage or 80% man-to-man. You want to kind of mix your looks up, make sure your coverage is up. But the main thing is, regardless of what we're playing, you have to play those coverages correctly. You have to, if you have man-to-man coverage and whatever your leverage is, stay to that leverage. If they happen to beat you against the weakness of the defense, hey, you tip your hat off to it. If you got his own coverage, making sure you're exact in where you need to be. If you're getting high load, hey, make them throw the short route. Don't give up the deeper throws. And it's just really for us on the back end, we have to be on point from a communication standpoint. The Chargers, they have guys, as you mentioned, that can run routes. Keenan Allen, one of the craftiest in the league at finding and running his routes. He knows how to find open spots against zones. So we'll have our work cut out for us going against this receiving core of the Chargers. And then you mentioned Amari Hampton, man. That young running back, he can run that rock.
Yeah, he came into his own this week. I think he found something against the Giants. And you know, like I know, once you feel like you belong in the league, that's all you need, because that's what I think I'm seeing with McCaffrey. Yeah. He went out, he made that touchdown last week, came back this week, looked great.
5 catches for Hampton there, but he also had a career game in rushing, 128 rushing yards for Amari Hampton. London, how can we slow him down? Because you just said it. You can definitely get us in the passing game, but slowing down that run is imperative to slowing down the Chargers.
Yeah, no, Hampton, I was so impressed just watching him. He had the 54-yard run for the touchdown. The thing about the Chargers is they have a variety of different type of runs that they have. So there's not one thing where you're going to key in and say, hey, this is a team that they have 3 runs that they run, and if you can stop, these 3 runs, you'll be fine. I mean, they run tosses, they run counters, they run power, they run every type of run imaginable. You also going to have to be ready to bring your big boy pass when trying to tackle him. He breaks a lot of tackles. He had an 18-yard run against the Giants where he drug about three Giants for probably 15 yards. I mean, this guy has it all. As Mook mentioned, he's starting to feel confident. So you don't want to give him any confidence in that ball game. getting multiple hats to him. We got to tackle better than we did against the Falcons, but we're gonna have our work cut out for us. And I think we'll be up for the challenge because we know if we don't, it could be a long day out there in LA.
London, we always appreciate your time, brother. It's always great to have you on the shows, especially Game Day Live. Now, Smoot missed it. He didn't get to be on the road with us. However, I wanted to run back a little special moment we had on Game Day Live with Mr. London Fletcher. Let's check it out.
Here's the thing that baffles me. So in the game of football, it's all about you got to get yards to score.
Yep. Yeah.
You second all time in yards. You setting the offense up in great field position. You're scoring. Teams don't want to kick to you.
Yeah.
So you're impacting the game even when you're not touching it. What are we talking about here? Then on the flip side, this tackle football.
Yeah.
You got to tackle somebody.
Yeah. And
I'm
you
second all time in tackles, but
Speak your mind. We get my boy a little work done. We got my boy good.
But that's that passion. That's that passion of a Hall of Famer. Now we got to go to break. Go let my boy London cool off a little bit.
Friend, I try to clean it up for him.
No, you cleaned it up as much as you could. London, what's going on? Have you made it to the point where you have just had it with the Hall of Fame? Just call my name. Just call my name.
Hey, Smoot, as you can tell, man, I'm getting there. It's just, we make this, the process harder than it should be.
Yeah.
Football is about, can you score points? How you impact the game? You got B. Mitch, and I'm talking about B. Mitch, Brian Mitchell, the all-time leading in the National Football League history in return yards. Special teams is so important. You're impacting the game. How many times has he impacted the game where teams were afraid to punt the ball to him?
Yeah.
You're going to punt it out of bounds. You're going to shake it. You're going to do anything but let him touch it. You kick return game. He's setting the offense up. That's the first offensive play of every series. So if he's getting the offense in great position, great field position, whether he's returning it for a touchdown or taking back to the 50, 40-yard, whatever the case may be, he's setting the offense up in a great position. And then what are we always talking about? Let somebody miss some tackles. You're going to hear it.
Yeah.
You got to be able to – the game of football is about tackles. A sack ain't nothing but a tackle on a quarterback in the backfield. Yep. Now, it impacts a little bit differently, but you have to make tackles in this game. I won a Super Bowl because Mike Jones made a tackle on the 1-yard line. I'm second all time. There's only 2 players in NFL history with over 2,000 tackles. Ray Lewis and Big Fletch. Yeah, and I talked to the third person.
You can't be talking about yourself in the third person like that. You don't have to sell it to me. I have already told them. Damn shame, Hall of Fame between you, B. Mitch, and Jacoby. Y'all should be there. Y'all earned it.
Hold on, because y'all, I got time today. I'm like time. I got time today. So
London Maddie's giving us the rap. We don't have time today.
Hey, you're going to have time right now. 256 consecutive games played. Started 240 out of my last 241 games. You want sacks? I got 39 of them. One short of 40. You want interceptions? Oh, I do that too. I got 23 of them things. You talking about making an impact on the game? That's me. That's me. That's what I did.
Talk to him, London. You right. We got time today.
My God, did she toot that horn of his?
Right. You know how worked up he getting? You can see his laptop moving as he slams his desk.
They have earned the right. They should be there.
Facts.
Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that. It's going to happen, big boy.
It's going to happen.
And I've been humble for too long. It's time to let them know.
It's time to let them know because men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Let's take a look at the future Hall of Famers numbers right now. It's time for your winning numbers, brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Please play responsibly. And looking at these career numbers for Big Fletch, Smoot, he says you got to call him Sexy Fletch now. 256 games. 2,039 career tackles. 23 interceptions, he so eloquently put it. 4-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, Washington Ring of Fame, and never missed a game.
Never missed a game.
Oh, God, London.
Never missed a game, but also them 2,000 tackles, a couple of them, he came, jumped on the huddle. I had already got the man down.
Our future Hall of Famer, London Fletcher, shout out to him for kicking it with us. And he was able to kick it with our defensive player, Mikey Sandershell, on the Emmy-nominated Players Club. He Emmy-nominated too. Shout out to Big Fletch.
We got Mikey Sanders still joining us. Mikey, we appreciate you joining us, man.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Got off the snide, man. Got your first interception of the season last week. First turnover for the team last week. Had to feel good.
Yeah, it felt great. I've been saying it the whole time in the DB room that I was going to be the first one to catch a pick.
Oh, yeah. Called your number.
Y'all put something on it, like a dinner, like you get dinner for the first pick? Or what?
It'll go in the pot towards the rookie dinner, you know what I'm saying? But it felt good, though. Like, just this was the first time where in practice I actually caught the same exact play, caught an interception on Friday.
Oh, wow.
And that same exact play shut up on Sunday. And, interception, same exact way. Like, that was the first time in my football career that has happened to me. So it was good.
Hold on real quick to that point. The crazy thing about it is I would always say you got to get like 5 picks in practice before you get one in the game. So as you start to...
That's why you ain't getting none in the game?
No, I ain't getting none because they threw all the balls at Smooth.
That was our future Hall of Famer, London Fletcher and Mikey Sanders. So you can catch that out on midnights on Friday on the Commanders' YouTube page. Now, Sandersill got his first turnover of the season with an interception in Week 4 versus the Falcons. His Commanders' defense faces a tough opponent in the Chargers' offense, led by quarterback Justin Herbert. Listen into Film Room with Logan Paulson and Santana Moss so they can break down more on this week's opponent. This is your best seat in the house, presented by SeatGeek. The most disruptive idea in ticketing, a ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Take it away, fellas.
Thanks, BC. Tana, we're going to take a look at this Chargers offense, and I don't want to bury the lead, man. We're going to start with the guy who I think drives the ship, and that's this guy, number 10, Justin Herbert, man. And, you watch a lot of football, you and I both, and I'm hard-pressed to find, Tana, a better throw than this. We get a little bit of pressure off the edges here. Pressure, he steps up. Great job by him. And then his ability to get this ball out while getting hit on a rope into a tight window here is, I don't know, it's one of the best throws I've ever seen.
It's freakish. It's one of those things that you rarely see from a quarterback that can do both things at once. Like, I'm running left. I'm not a lefty, so I'm going to twerk my body a certain way and get it up there. And then I'm throwing to a guy who I'm sure, who I know is going to make a play in Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Freakish, man.
And their relationship's great, but I mean, I think that's the reason, Justin Herbert's ability to make every throw on the field, have every kind of club in the bag is really special. Here's another example. So he's going to throw down here to Quentin Johnson, who is coming along, Tanner, right?
Coming along, man.
Coming along.
It normally takes 2 to 3 years for a receiver to get going, and I think this is his 3rd year or 4th year. So he's showing you, man, each and every week, man, he's putting that ball in the pay dirt.
And so what I look about this is look how smooth Quentin Johnson is. He can run now. He can run, play the football. But the thing that sticks out to me, man, is look at the trajectory of this throw into this hole.
That's what you call a rope.
It is flat, man.
He's putting it on a rope. He knows that safety is the only problem that I have back there, because he's going to get the first guy's bite. And I have to beat the safety with this ball. He did just that.
Yeah, and so there's usually you got to say on a go ball, put a lot of air on the football, like you're saying. But him to fit this in that tight window, it just shows his God-given ability.
And it's almost like, man, I'm trying y'all, because you don't do that to everybody, man. You don't just put that ball between those people like that. I mean, normally 9 times out of 10, that safety should have that pick.
That is a tight window down the field, outside the numbers. Again, those are 2 throws, man, that are
disrespectful. Say a better word. That's disrespectful.
Disrespectful, man. So Harbaugh wants to run the football. Herbert drives the offense. Harbaugh wants to run the football. They're a little bit banged up. This is a backup offensive lineman, backup offensive lineman, backup offensive lineman. They're banged up, right? Yeah. So it's a little bit muddy in here, right? There's not a lot of room here on 3rd and 1 for them to get anywhere. But this gentleman right here is a special football player, and watch his ability to break tackles, keep his feet turning. He's a big body.
Oh my God!
Right? Look at this thing, man. He is talented. He's a talented back.
He's showing you that we got to gang tackle him.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that's a great point. We got to
get hats, not bringing him down.
Get hats to the football, absolutely, right? So hats to the football. The run game's not going well because the offensive line's backed up, but he is a talented son of a gun. Now we got our guy Ladd McConkey, had 1,000 yards receiving last year, and I just see a guy, Tana, who can get in and out of cuts at a super high level. Watch this. Push up on the dig. Watch him just slam the brakes on here. Bop, I'm out.
Out of there.
And that's how you create separation as a receiver.
Catch ball, that's what I'm talking about. And then you got a guy who I talked about Keenan Allen being a guy you could trust. We already talked about Johnston. This kid came on strong last year, and he's showing you he's not slowing down in year 2. He's just a savvy young guy that just understands the field, just like King. Yeah. These guys know where to be at and know where to sit down at, and they're just great targets for my man Herbert.
Yeah, great change of direction by him, and like you said, that's savvy. And then let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, that's Keenan Allen. He's right here in the slot. And when I watch him, man, it feels a lot like Zach Ertz, right? He kind of plays that old man basketball, not super fast, but I'm always going to get open.
Beat you in the phone book.
He's just going to run a little dig here, push up, break out. He does a great job finding this zone, and they just have great chemistry together, man.
Yeah, great feel, right? He knows this, I can't go nowhere but sit down. And, Herbert did a great job by just, putting that ball on the rope. You got 5 men around him. Hold on, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, he slid out. Four guys around him, and he just sat down in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, they've got a lot of bodies in here. Yeah. He knows where the throwing window is. The other thing I love, I got to point this out, man, is Herbert makes this go. Watch him set his feet wide here, set his vision wide.
Push him out there.
See the defenders, how they all push out, creating the space, and we're on the same page. We got a guy wide open here. That's just being on the same page with your quarterback, right? Yeah, and he is a talented son of a gun. So they are talented up front, man.
Pitching and catching.
A lot of things for Joe Whitt Jr. to consider, man. Can't wait to watch what the solution is. Ryan, back to you.
Got to stop him.
Now, while Tanner and Logan get out of the film room, let's take a look at the details for this weekend's matchup out in Los Angeles. Now, kickoff is set for 4:25 p.m. But before the game, make sure you join myself alongside Santana Moss and Brian Mitchell for Game Day Live starting at 3 p.m. Join us on the Commanders YouTube page, Facebooks, and X starting at 3 p.m. Fellas, you heard me say it. Yeah. We're going to be in L.A. We're going to be in Hollywood, baby. And we know it's all about the movies out in L.A. So to get a win, we got to write that perfect script. Yeah. Tanner, I know you got a little bit of acting chops in you, so I'm going to start with you first, man. How do we make the perfect script for our Commanders out in L.A.?
I can see it now. Big lights, screen says, Debo. Debo.
Is he riding that bike around?
Debo Samuels has already been on a tear in the first quarter of the season.
Yes.
But today, he's the hero. And he has 3 touchdowns to match his already 3 touchdowns that he started the season on.
Oh, my God.
Man, I like the start of that script.
For Debo. Something about right.
Fred, you're going to be able to add to that? That's a good way to start.
Well, as a great director, Fred Spielberg, this is what I believe in, all right? No story, no movie is complete without the perfect villain. You need the villain. And all week, all I heard them telling me is, oh, Yeller done lost the step. Oh, Yeller done lost the step. Bobby Wagner gonna show up and be the villain that's needed in L.A. He's the Joker. That means he's gonna do bad things and smile while he does these things. I cannot wait to watch Old Yeller.
Why you call him Old Yeller again?
Old Yeller Jacket.
There you go.
Logan, man, what a script so far. How can you finish it off and make it perfect?
So for me, this is going to be a horror movie. And I think our defensive line, they're going to take after, Mike Myers, Jason from the horror movies. And they're going to terrorize our guy Herbert, right? Yeah. That offensive line's backed up. The house has got leaks in it. They're coming in there, knocking things down. And they're going to make bad decisions, man. Think about it. When you're scared, you run up the stairs. You should go outside. He's going to be a mess in the pocket. Our guys are going to get after him. Can't wait to check it out, man.
When you're scared, they normally fall.
And they crawl. And they crawl. Yeah.
Fred, what's that noise?
Yeah, perfect. Dude, he got it. That was excellent.
The Commanders family, that is how we write the perfect script to get a W against the LA Chargers. I'm your host, Brian Coble Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson. Let's get this W, baby. We'll catch y'all. Command Center, Game Day Live at 3 p.m.
Better not eat it.
Don't eat the
Command Center was filmed at Big Bear AI Command Center Studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.